Buffalo Theatre Ensemble's next production, Time Stands Still, is the story of a photojournalist coping with life and relationships after she returns home from documenting the war in Iraq. Here to tell you more about it is actress and star of the production, Lisa Dawn. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, Lisa, you open when?
We open a week from today, February 2nd.
So when people are watching this, the show will be open.
Yes.
But we want to know right here what's going on backstage at those rehearsals.
Oh, backstage. I mean, we're all very focused. We're having a lot of fun, kind of exploring these moments. So every time we reach one level in the show, Connie's asking us to put like those other things under the surface. So it's a very contemporary show, so it's very realistic. So just like we're talking right now, there's stuff going on under the surface. I'm panicking right now.
Oh, don't panic.
Kinda, no, but I mean, there's always stuff going on under the surface when you're having a conversation with somebody.
Right.
So she's just helping us add all of those elements because this is a very complicated story. Yeah.
Well, I saw the show on Broadway, and I have to tell you, it was more what spoke more to me when I saw Laura Linney play this role of this woman who comes back. She's injured. We should tell everybody that she's injured. She's a photojournalist, and she kind of wants to go back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to stay home and be a wife and get better and forget that life, which I think everybody's kind of pushing her to do.
Right.
And I felt like the whole time, the best part about it was we were in on her secret that she's not into the sky and she wants to go.
Yeah.
I felt like that was what wasn't being said was more the story than what was being said.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely. And she loves James.
Yeah.
There's so much love between them, but the passion for what she wants to do and what she feels is right, and really it's about telling the story for people over there that don't have the voice to tell the story, and that to her is bigger than her
herself.
Own life. Yeah. It's worth the risk, and it's that important to her. So yeah, it's you kind of want to root for her to have that normal life, but you see this, she's a very fiery, she's a fighter, and she feels if she's not over there telling the stories, who will? Right. So yeah.
And she's got a good sense of humor.
She does, yeah. She likes to sling it at people, and you kind of got to have a sense of humor, especially in the face of what she goes through. Putting herself in those tragic situations, you kind of have to keep a sense of humor. Mm-hmm. She kind of has to put some of her emotions to the side, so she can really look at it with a subjective eye and tell that story. So you're a Chicago actress. Yes.
And what other projects are you doing in Chicago that we should be looking out for?
Well, right now I'm focused on this. One of the other things that I do is I'm also a photographer, which is
no way. And the character in the show is a photographer.
Yes, it spoke to me, but I do more of the like weddings, and newborns, family stuff. So I have a lot of that coming up, which will be a focus. But one of the other things I do is I work with the Illinois Police Department in their crisis intervention training. So what that is it's a week-long training for them, but we come in on Thursdays and do role-play scenarios.
With the police?
Yes. So we play people with mental illness in scenarios, improv-based scenarios, and they come in and they are to kind of communicate with us with compassion and try to understand what's troubling us that day and to get us the help that we need. So it's really training them to advocate for people with mental illness on the streets and getting them the help that they deserve. So it's something that's been set in motion for a long time, but it's becoming
I love that they're
really
doing
more
that.
needed in today's world.
All over it's needed.
Yes.
All over it's needed. And how did you learn how to behave and how to act?
Well, through my first training, they actually had a schizophrenia simulator, which had sounds, sights, smells. It was actually really interesting. But over the course of the program, we've been able to talk with people, social workers, people with mental illness, and really get their stories. Similar to telling a story and making a difference in Time Stands Still. So.
There's a lot of parallels with you and this character, isn't there?
Yes, yeah. And it's parallel, but so many differences too. So as I'm photographing like the happy events, Sarah is really risking her life with these heartbreaking events. And I'm one of those people that I've been guilty of turning the page when there's something hard to look at. And this has kind of opened my eyes to looking and really finding out more and what we can do to make a difference. And I think that's an underlying theme in the show.
Well, I think the other interesting thing about that show, much like we have National Geographic Live photographers coming to speak on campus. We have a new series. And before this series, I would, page through a National Geographic and I'm like, oh, there's a beautiful tiger. Flip the page. And you don't think about what did it take to get that picture of the tiger, or what did it take to get the picture of that child who was just bombed in Iraq like your character does. And you don't think about that. You just think about, you might, even if you feel the empathy toward the child or the horrifying thing you're seeing, you don't think about the conditions that the photographer went through to get that shot, and how they're sacrificing their own health, their safety, who knows what. They could be arrested to get that shot and tell the story. And I think it gives us a whole new perspective on these photographers.
Yeah, it really does. I've researched a lot of the photojournalists, and I mean, they are under the possibility of being kidnapped and tortured over there. And a lot of times when they are photographing some of these tragic events, people want to lash out at them for being there as a representation of what's happening to them over there. So it's been really eye-opening to read about some of this stuff and to really understand how you put yourself in that position, because it's more important to be there and show the world and say, pay attention, and you have to look at these things.
Well, Lisa, best of luck with the run of the show. We are looking forward to it. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
So we will be there. Buffalo Theatre Ensemble's Time Stands Still will be at the MAC in the Playhouse Theater February 1st through March 4th. Tickets can be purchased at the Macinich Arts Center box office or online at themac.org. Or you can call 630-942-4000. This spring, come see students and faculty showcase all of their hard work in one or more of the upcoming college music shows happening in March. Join us for the COD faculty recital on Thursday, March 8th at 7:30 p.m. The COD DuPage Community Jazz performs on Sunday, March 11th at 3 p.m. Then the COD DuPage Community Band takes the stage on Monday, March 12th at 7:30. Finally, see the COD Student Ensemble Concert on Thursday, March 15th at 7:30 p.m. And playing during February and March, don't miss the MAC's free international film series, Global Flicks. After each film, there's also a talkback led by a faculty member. All of these events are free, and movies screen every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. For tickets or more information, visit atthemac.org.